Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of How Are You This Bad at Your Job? Starring a sitting judge, a courtroom, and apparently a time machine set to 1853. So here we are in Central Florida, not at a theme park, not at a dinner show. No. This is an actual courtroom where real justice is supposed to happen. And instead, we've got a judge asking a black defendant if she's ever chopped cotton. I'm sorry, what? Did Doc Brown crash the DeLorean into the courthouse? Is this a deleted scene from 12 years of What the Hell Are You Thinking? Because last I checked, a plea hearing is not the place to workshop your plantation cosplay dialogue. And it gets better. Oh, yes, it gets better. The judge, while discussing community service, looks at the defendant and her great uncle and basically says, "Hey, do you have some land she can go to work on?" Like he's casting for Little House on the Prairie Felony Edition. And then he doubles down with, "Hey, you ever chopped cotton before? That'll straighten you up real quick." Oh, yeah, because nothing says rehabilitation like historically loaded, wildly inappropriate labor suggestions. What's next? "Hey, for probation, have you considered building a railroad by hand?" And the defense here, this is my favorite part, the judge later says, "Well, I grew up farming." Oh, okay. Well, that clears it up completely. You grew up farming, so naturally you thought, you know what this black defendant needs? A little light agricultural fieldwork reference. That's like saying, I grew up watching pirate movies, so during sentencing, I asked the guy if he'd ever walked the plank. No, that is not how this works. Not at all. And then, as if this wasn't already a masterclass in what not to do, we get a second act, jury selection. The judge gets impatient because clearly the courtroom schedule was cutting into his offensive comments hour and starts telling defense attorneys that are there, he starts telling them to shut up. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Shut up. That's rude. Shut up. No, that's very rude. Shut up. At this point, I'm not even sure we're in a courtroom anymore. This sounds like 2 kids arguing in the back seat of a minivan on the way to Disney. And then, because of course, he declares a mistrial like he's flipping a Monopoly board and storms off with, "I'm not going to deal with this pettiness." Petty? Petty. Sir, you just told 2 attorneys to shut up like you're moderating a Facebook comment section in 2011. And after all this, the punishment? A public reprimand. That's it. Basically the judicial equivalent of, "Hey, maybe don't do that again, champ." Somewhere there's a teenager who got grounded longer for missing curfew than this guy did for turning a courtroom into an HR nightmare. Look, nobody's saying the guy showed up in a villain cape twirling a mustache. But if your defense is, "I didn't think about how that might sound," and you're a judge, thinking about how things sound is literally your job. Gavel, robe, basic awareness of history, that's the starter pack. Because if this is the bar for courtroom behavior, the next case is just going to open with, "All rise and please leave your common sense at the door." So, thanks for watching. Like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.